Hello Ray and Sandwell Visually Impaired members. We are on our second week of lockdown and I'm wondering how you're getting on, if you've had to make significant changes, and whether when you go out you have to be even more cautious about touching surfaces. For those of you like myself who have a degree of sight, I wonder if you're finding it so much easier to get about because there are fewer people and less traffic. And also people are being a lot more mindful of where they're going. And that is a huge relief, as I find it's usually me who's on constant alert when somebody's walking along on their mobile phone or cars are coming by really fast. I've used this time to go for long walks, and I've gone through the university parks, and also today I crossed a golf course. Actually, I trespassed, and I went into a valley called the Lye Valley. There I was reminded of being on the farm, as I was the only one, and it was sheer bliss to be alone. I'm aware too that this feeling of tranquility is extremely fragile, as around me there is much suffering. And I know this because I hear the ambulance siren as the ambulances head up towards the John Radcliffe Hospital. Not far from where I stay, a friend of mine lives in an area where it's not safe at the best of times to walk alone. And now that everything is quiet, she fears going out of her flat just to do the basic shopping. This is made even harder by the fact that her son has autism. He's 16, and in the last year he had gained some independence and was getting around on his own and exploring the surroundings. Now he will not leave their home. And when I spoke to them recently on the phone, he said to me, "This is going to be for 6 months, love you and goodbye." His mum came on the phone and said to me that he's going to stay indoors for 6 months. And in the meantime, she will need to go shopping and do everything. And she says when she comes back, she has to make sure that she takes off all her clothes, wipes everything down, so that his fear of coronavirus doesn't become all-consuming. Each and every one of us are having to find our own strategies for dealing with the uncertainty that we face. And for those of you like myself who have family and friends overseas, I'm so aware of how different this can be. South Africa is in lockdown, and this has meant that my brother's work has reduced for the time being. And on a lighter note, my nephew can't see his girlfriend. In Kenya, I know that some of the handling of the coronavirus lockdown are brutal, and that there's disregard for people with limited means during this time. I'm relieved that my mum, who lives in a beautiful town in West Berkshire, is able to still go out in her garden and go and get her newspaper. She's in her 80s and she's still maintaining a degree of independence. I also find her humour and a facility for handling things admirable. I wonder if many of you are finding that you're slower during this time. I certainly am. And that I'm trying to use the hours to do things that I might not have done before. For instance, audio recordings. This is my second, and it still feels very novel to me. I hope that at a different time I may be able to take Multistory Zoom out with me and see if I can record some of the bird song. Today I heard a woodpecker, and also I might be able to describe some of the things that I've seen. As I've gone slowly, I've picked up details. For instance, the Muntjac deer are out, and I've seen signs of them. The Canada geese are also very vocal. They're not used to seeing people, as often during winter the university parks are closed, so they're having to adjust to human activity. I hope that my message finds you all well, and I look forward to leaving another message soon. Bye for now. Karren.